All right, my friends, we are doing lesson 1 from module 8. We're starting a new module. We have learned all about coins, and now we are going to get into bigger money, dollars we are talking about today. So our goal for today, we are learning to solve word problems that relate a combination of coins to $1. So this should be pretty easy after all the work we've done on coins. Basically what we're doing is different combinations of coins that all add up to $1. Let's take a look at what your assignment looks like for today. Your first page, it gives us this question. Salvatore has $1. He knows $1 is worth 100 cents or 100 pennies. Draw coins to show $1. Now, we're not going to draw, but we are going to answer these questions. How many quarters equal $1? Let's take a look at this question. So Salvatore has $1, and he knows $1 is worth 100 coins. Because we want to pay attention to our vocabulary here, $1 is the same as 100 cents, 100 pennies. The way we write it, we put the dollar sign at the start. Notice it's in front of the numbers. The cent sign is at the back of the numbers. The dollar sign comes before the numbers. And we put this decimal point that is just like a period right there. Decimal point after the 1 to show that it is $1. If we were to remove that decimal point, it would look like $100. You want to make sure you are clear that it is just $1. Let's get into solving our question about Salvatore. It asked us, how many quarters equal $1? So let's look at these quarters. Well, we know a quarter is worth how much? 25, that's right. Let's write it down so we remember. 25 for each quarter. So we're going to go and count by 25s. 25 and 25. 25 plus 25. Let me write it. Excuse my crazy handwriting and excuse my loud dog. 25 and 25 equals 50. How many quarters equal $1 though? We're looking to make 100 cents, $1. So 25, 25 plus 25 and 25. That equals 100. 25, 50, 75, 100. Let's save that. And let's move on. Oh, and they circled it much neater than us. So 4 quarters equals $1. So we would fill that in. How many quarters equal $1? You would type in on that first question 4. The next one, how many dimes? You're just going to do that same exact thing. So the question asks you how many dimes. You're going to look at the dimes, and now we're counting by tens. We all know how to count by tens, 10, 20, 30. You're going to keep counting until you get up to 100. So let's do it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we counted by tens up to 100. How many dimes do we have there? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you would write right in there how many dimes you have. 10. I'm not going to do it because I know that you can do it. You'll remember to do this when you're doing the lesson. Let's look at question C. You're going to use that same process and count your nickels. Remember, when you are counting your nickels, you are counting by what? You are counting by 5s. Each nickel is worth 5. Oh, we can't. Oh, there's our nickel. So you're going to count 5, 10, 15, 20. Big counting. Count all the way up until you get up to 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I'm going to say that once more. Say it with me. And if you need to play this back, practice it until you can count by 5s up to 100. Let's try it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. When you count up by 5s all the way up to 100, then count how many nickels you made and put that answer right there. And that's all you have to do for today's lesson to be able to answer all these questions. So if we look at the next question, move on to the next page, it asks, Jared needs $1 to buy a book. He has 6 dimes. How much more money does he need? So the first thing you need to do is figure out how much he has now. How much money does Jared have now? Well, if he has 6 dimes, what are we counting by? We are counting by tens, because dimes are worth 10. So if he has 6 dimes, we have to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much is that? How much is 6 tens? Simply count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Let's check that against our answer. He has 6 dimes. How much money does Jared have now? He has 60 cents. You even put the cent sign in. It's okay if you don't. If you just type it like that, that's fine too. How much more money does Jared need to have $1? So now we have to do some math. We have a math problem here. It's asking us how much more he needs. He has 60. How much does he need to get to $1? 100 cents. He has 60 cents. He has to get to 100. Basically, what we're asking is, what's the difference between 100 and 60? We know anytime we ask what's the difference between 100 and 60, we're asking to do what operation? When we say what's the difference, do we remember that from class? What's the difference? We do subtraction. We want to know the difference between 100 and 60, so you're going to subtract 100, take away 60. Let's see if I can do it on this page. I think I can do it right here. I'm going to just do it over the coins. 100 take away 60. And that's going to tell us how much more money Jared needs. 0 minus 0 is 0. Oh, look at that terrible 0 is 0. 0 minus 6. I can't do that. There's more on the floor, so I'm going to borrow. I'm going to take this 1, so the 1 becomes 0, and put it here. So now I have 10. 10 minus 6, put 6 in my pocket and count up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 4. He needs 40 more. 40 more what? 40 more cents. He has 60 cents. How much more does he need? 40. And you can put the cent sign, or you can just leave it as it is. So now, I want you to finish this on your own. We have a question about our friend Nyla. Do that same thing. Nyla needs $1 to buy a drawing pad. How many quarters, dimes, and nickels would she need to make $1? You can choose, type in quarters, dimes, nickels, any combination you want. Nathaniel, on question 2, Nathaniel needs $1 to buy a marker. He has 75 cents, so you're going to do the same thing. If he has 75 cents here, which coins does he need to make $1? What's the difference between $1 and 75? How much more money does he need, and what coins can he use to make that? And then, last page, on your own, do that same thing for Jamal, needing $1 to buy a small toy, and then answers questions 4 and 5. I'm going to go over question 5 for you quickly here. Let's read it. An orange costs $1. Choose an amount of money from 5 cents to 75 cents to show how much money you have, and then what coins you will need to buy the orange. So you could pick any amount from 5 cents to 75 cents, and imagine you have that. I gave you an example. I said I have 55 cents. How much more do I need to get that orange that costs $1? So I asked myself, what's the difference between 100 and 55? And my answer was 45. You choose a different amount. How much money do you have? Put your answer here. You have how much, and how much more do you need to get $1? See if you could do that. I know that's tricky when we have these open-ended questions. If you have any confusion about any of these questions, play the tape over again, play the video over again, see if that answers it, or always feel free to call me and I am happy to help you all.
I'm excited that we are now learning about bigger money so we can all not get ripped off. Nice job, my friends.